Welcome to our Powering the Future South Tyneside and Beyond Challenge. This is the beginning of an exciting new project. Can you use your imagination to help us clean up the environment and come up with an invention solution that harnesses the power of movement to create a greener, healthier planet? Here at Little Inventors, we invite children just like you to draw invention ideas. Makers, artists and designers then bring the most ingenious to life. These inventions get shown on our website and also in exhibitions in museums across the world. Some invention ideas have even been taken to space by astronauts. It's now your turn to become a little inventor. So what actually is an invention? An invention is a new idea thought up by someone. It could be something helpful which solves a problem, or something for fun. An invention could be big or small. And who needs them? Take a look around you. Everything you see was invented at some point. The first humans started this inventing journey by coming up with new devices and ways of doing things. Inventing is how we learn to adapt to our environment and how we solve problems around us to make our life easier or more fun. Take a look at this invention. Arthur, aged 8, from the UK Stockton-on-Tees, is passionate about gardening and physics. This combination of interests inspired him to invent the SuperGrow 11,000. This incredible invention makes sure that the plant gets enough natural light by moving it back and forth following the sun. Arthur's invention idea was brought to life and shown in a big exhibition. This led to him being invited to talk on the radio and even on television, so who knows where inventing might take you? Dominic Wilcox is an inventor, artist and designer, and the creator of Little Inventors. He loves to come up with bonkers ideas, like a device which helps hedgehogs to cross the road, or an umbrella which uses the rainwater to grow plants and flowers. It's important to make note of your ideas and put pen to paper. You never know when an idea could make an amazing invention. Dogger Bank is a very funny sounding name, so what is it? Dogger Bank is the world's largest offshore wind farm. Offshore means that the wind turbines are way out at sea and they can capture even more wind from the breezy ocean. When complete in 2026, it will be capable of powering 6 million homes. Dogger Bank Wind Farm will help drive the transition to net zero carbon emissions. This will help us to use more clean energy and not have to rely on fossil fuels, which are bad for the environment. Not only better for the environment, but the wind farm will provide thousands of new jobs for people. Lots of these new jobs will be for people in South Tyneside. We have joined forces with Dogger Bank and are challenging you, the children of South Tyneside and beyond, to take part in a wind-powered invention challenge. Pause this presentation and head to southtyneside.littleinventors.org to watch the challenge launch video. You live in an amazing place when it comes to energy and invention. In Newcastle, the Stephenson's rocket was one of the first steam locomotives ever designed. Now in the north of England, we are more concerned with using renewable energy. As well as our offshore wind farms, we have 16,000 solar panel farms, which help to power homes all over the northeast. Our very own chief inventor Dominic Wilcox is from Sunderland, where Little Inventors started. Where you are right now is the home to so much innovation and creativity. What actually is climate change and how does it affect us? Climate change is a change in weather conditions which naturally happens over a long period of time. The problems we are facing now are due to the amount of carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions. The change is happening a lot quicker because humans are causing it. This is called global warming. Global warming is creating big problems for many living things, both on land and in the ocean. And life is going to become much harder for everyone if we don't change the way we live very soon. The effects of climate change are visible. We have more extreme weather, floods, and it affects the quality of our soil because it can rain less often. It's also affecting our oceans. As sea levels rise, we are at risk of losing part of our land, not to mention air pollution, plastic pollution, microplastics, oil spills, which are all making our oceans far from hospitable. A crucial way to address climate change is to look at the way we produce, use, store, and also waste energy. It's time to think about inventions to set us all on the right track. You, the children of today, will be adults when it will matter the most. The time is now to change how we live, so we can take better care of our planet. It's up to all of us, including you, to come up with ways to save or stop wasting energy. So what actually is energy? Energy is anything that makes the world go round. When cars or planes are moving, they use energy. When we turn the lights on in a room, that's energy in action. Don't forget us. Humans run on energy too. When we move, breathe, play, and think, we get our energy from food. Before the year 1800, we followed a much more natural way of life, and most of our energy came from movement, wind, or human power. But in the past 200 years, we began to source our energy from oil, gas, and coal. These are called fossil fuels and are non-renewable sources of energy, meaning they will eventually run out. Taking energy from fossil fuels is affecting the climate in negative ways, so we need some new inventions to come up with climate-friendly energy solutions. Don't forget, when thinking about the future, we can look to the past for inspiration too. The more technology we create, the more energy we are using and wasting. Did you know that leaving a light bulb on for 1 extra hour is the equivalent of riding a bike for 2.5 days to create the same energy? Pause on this slide and try to write down everything in the room that's using energy right now. How many things can you think of? Scientists all agree that fossil fuels are bad for the planet, so we need to try to use more renewable sources of energy, such as wind, solar, movement, or waves. Many inventors have already come up with amazing ways to harness this energy, but that doesn't mean there aren't more unrealized possibilities. Have you ever thought about how the movements you make naturally, every day, have the potential to produce power? All of the movement we create during the day, just doing the things we enjoy or need to survive, has the potential to produce power. This power produced by movement is called kinetic energy, and it is a green source of energy. You could create this energy from dancing, kicking a football, or jumping up and down. Have you ever heard of thermodynamics? Well, the first law of thermodynamics is, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred from one type to another. A really simple way to create energy is a machine that turns. Think of a hamster wheel. When the hamster puts in the effort to run, the wheel turns. This motion can be used to power something. This is where you come in. We want you to create inventions that make use of motion found in your everyday life and turn that movement into energy. We can look to animal technology for inspiration too. After all, animals come in all shapes and sizes, just like inventions. Wind turbines were inspired by whale fins. Sonar for submarines were inspired by dolphins' echolocation. And the sharp-ended kingfisher beak inspired the Shinkansen bullet train. There's a lot to get you thinking. Now it's your turn to become a little inventor. Your challenge is to invent something that creates renewable energy by harnessing power from movement. This can help us reduce the use of fossil fuels and prevent climate change. Before you get started, here are a few tips to help you develop your ideas. Have a go at letting your brain wander. Then catching a thought and developing that idea is an amazing way of letting your creativity flow. Your invention could help a snail go faster, or it could reduce pollution. There is no problem too big or small to invent for. The important thing is that you are thinking about solutions to help. It's time to harness that energy and come up with your very own wind-powered invention. Use the drawing sheet provided, and remember to explain how your invention works. Make sure to write your name and the name of your invention too. After all, we need to know the genius behind the idea. Every idea uploaded will be shown on the Little Inventors online gallery, and will receive individual feedback from a member of the Little Inventors team. And the winning ideas will be brought to life by a professional maker. Nothing is too wild or wacky to invent, so set sail on your invention adventure and show us your best ideas.